Hi everyone, at the moment we are driving through Mississippi, along the Mississippi coast. It's really beautiful, but it is absolutely freezing. It's, I think, 6 degrees outside. So not really sitting on the beach weather we were hoping for, but we're just going to keep on driving and keep on heading down to Houston now, which is about a 6-hour drive. So we're in for a bit of a long driving day today, but we're stocked up with our podcasts and work, so we're good to go. But we're going to go over this week our week in Florida at Disneyworld, Daytona Beach, Panama City Beach as well, but mainly Disneyworld because that's been one of the highlights of the trip for me and for Tim.
Yep. That's awesome fun.
Yeah, we had so much fun. The first day, so from Hilton Head, we drove straight down to Daytona Beach, and we weren't sure what to expect. At this time of year, all of the main hotspots and the beach towns are pretty quiet. It's actually, I think, a really good time to see these places. Like Jersey Shore, Daytona Beach and things like that. If you just want to explore and look around and see it for yourself, you're not going to be pushing through crowds. It actually feels like they're ghost towns really at this time of year.
Yeah, trying to find a part for the rig as well.
Yeah, that's another thing as well. It's a lot easier to find parking for the RV at this time of year. So yeah, we got out at Daytona Beach and we saw the racetrack, the raceway.
Yeah, the International Speedway, I think it's called.
Yeah, and that was really cool to see. And yeah, it's pretty quiet. We just had a little wander along the beach. It wasn't exactly what we were expecting. It looked a little bit run down, but we actually thought later on that might be because of the hurricane that struck
a couple of weeks ago, I think it was.
A few weeks ago, or was it even?
Oh yeah.
No, it was longer than that. It was months ago.
Yeah.
Because that was when we were in New Orleans, wasn't it? Or in the Caribbean.
No,
Yeah.
I think we're in Canada.
Or in Canada,
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
But yeah, so there was a hurricane that did strike Florida and it did a lot of damage. And we saw that and really noticed that in Daytona Beach.
Yeah, a lot of repairs.
A lot of repairs going on. Yeah, so we just sort of ducked in and out of Daytona just to say we've seen it, and it was worth it. And then from Daytona, we stayed in a Walmart that night just before Disney World, and then headed off to Hollywood Studios the next day. And that was our first day of Disney World. I didn't know what to expect with Disney World. I sort of hadn't thought much about it. But when we got there and we saw it, it sort of hit me like, wow, we're at Disney World. I always thought Disney World was sort of the new sort of modern version of Disneyland, but it's actually been around for nearly just as long. And yeah, I was just so shocked at how big and incredible it was. So Hollywood Studios was our first taste, and we had so much fun that day. We were there all day.
Yeah.
What was those rides that we went on that were really scary at Hollywood Studios? None?
None of them.
Yeah. I'm such a scaredy cat with rides. I'm the worst. Like anything with a slight drop or darkness, or that you have to wear a seatbelt for. I'm not really keen on it, but I was really good. I went on the rides. There was one called the Hollywood Tower of Terror. And you go in this lift, and it's really scary. It's like the Twilight Zone, and you're going up and you're going through all these like levels where there's ghosts and things, and then when you get to the top it just drops. But I thought it was just going to drop and stop, and that was the ride, and that was scary. But it's like a bungee jump. Like it kept going up and down like about 30,000 times, and we went and stopped and saw the photos afterwards, and it was so funny, the look on my face. I was nearly pulling Tim's pants off his legs. I was like, no. And the Aerosmith ride was at Hollywood Studios as well.
that was cool. I think that's fairly new, so indoor roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good fun.
That was really fun.
Did that twice, I think.
Yeah, we did. We went back to that one. And yeah, there was an Indiana Jones sort of, what would you call that? Like a behind the scenes stunt show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was awesome to see.
Yeah, I had relatively low expectations going into that. I thought,
Yeah,
but that's pretty good.
really good. Yeah. Yeah, and Hollywood is just fun. Like, it was just fun wandering around. You know, just seeing everything. The music
Yeah.
playing in all the streets all the time. You feel like you're in a Disney cartoon the whole time.
And they had all the Christmas decorations and everything else.
Yeah, and mate, that was
So-
beautiful. Fairy lights are my favourite thing in the world. So, and it's just fairy lights galore there. So.
Yeah, no, it's good. So we ended up doing probably, I think, 12, 13 rides or attractions. So we packed a lot in.
Yeah, we definitely made the most of it. And then the next day was at Epcot. So Epcot's like what you call it, like a futuristic park, I guess.
Yeah, I forget the acronym. It's
A world.
experimental prototype community of the future, maybe?
Something like that, yeah.
Of tomorrow? Yeah.
That's the T. Yeah, so the first ride we went on was a ride called Soarin', and it blew my mind. Like, I think that was my favourite ride of the whole 4 days. You actually sit in these seats and you go up and you're just surrounded by this dome of
It's a blue screen basically, but you're in a dome, so
Yeah.
your legs are dangling and
you feel, I felt like we were flying, and you go over all these different countries and see all these different things, and even if I had taken a video of it, it wouldn't have done it justice. Like, you have to see it for yourself. It's just unbelievable. And we did, and it goes over Sydney Harbour, and Tim pointed out his old school, his high school, which is really fun. And yeah, what other rides are at Epcot? I can't remember at the moment. Epcot's the one with the big golf ball. So
Yeah.
that famous big golf ball there, that's the theme park there.
they have the test track there, or the big speedway.
Yeah, the test track where you get in the car and you go along the speedway. You build your car first, and then you go in and test how efficient it is and how fast it is. Yeah, and then, that's where all the countries were.
Yeah.
So around the lake there at the theme park, they have different villages that represent different countries. So they have like an English village, a French village, a Moroccan village, and it looks like you're walking through the streets of these different countries. Like, Morocco was awesome, that was my favourite.
Yep.
And there's Mexico, Japan. We went to Japan for dinner one night. We were just eating in all these different countries, and China as well. They had all different shows at night, so we watched the Chinese acrobats. That was really
that was
fun.
amazing.
Yeah, and a yodeler at the German village.
Not so much.
So it was just really fun. Like, just to see all the different places. I could have wandered around there for the 4 days. Like, I think
we did about 20k walking.
We did.
Over 20.
Yeah, we did. Tim has a little watch that counts our steps, and we did about 20k of walking that day. So, yeah, our feet were pretty sore. But the next day after that, we went to the Magic Kingdom. Animal Kingdom, and that was really fun and so different as well. They're all so different to one another. The Animal Kingdom is you can see the live animals. So one of the rides was the safari, and it felt like we were on like an African safari. They had lions and elephants and giraffes and all these different animals, flamingos and alligators, and and it looked like they were all living together. Like, as we were driving through, it just looked like it was just this big, massive park, and they were all lions and deer and all these, and what were the big cats? Did they have the tigers? Or the
They had some cheetahs.
Cheetahs, that's it, yeah. So they must have them sectioned off somehow, I think.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they just eat each other. But they make it look really cool. So, yeah, and there was this Splash Mountain. No, that wasn't it.
They had the River Rapids.
The River Rapids ride.
The Everest roller coaster.
Yeah, the Everest roller coaster, that was really fun. That was cool. And yeah, and we even went out and took a train out to this different part of the park where you can actually go and
It's like the welfare centre.
it's a welfare centre, so you can go see all the animals and you can get up close with the goats. The kids were loving that. They can all go brush them and pat them, and yeah, that was fun too. But yeah, that was another that was a shorter day at Animal Kingdom. We finished up there about 5. We were just exhausted.
Yeah.
So
Well, still enough though. I think we did everything.
yeah, we managed to
At
get
least
around
once.
to everything, which was really good. It's really efficient. They have these things called fast passes that you get with your ticket. So you can actually sign up and go in the fast pass line
Yeah.
for 3 rides at a time, and it's just the way they've got it is.
It works well. So yeah, you get 3 initially, which you can book in for the rides. You've got an hour to get there, swipe in, and walk straight to the front.
So you're not lining up for hours at a
No.
time. So it works really well.
So if you book those from sort of 11 onwards, the first 2 hours the lines aren't that long anyway. So if you get a few normal rides in without using those, then use the fast passes.
Yeah.
Then after then you can sign up for 1 fast pass at a time. So we're pretty
It's
on
good.
to that, and I think we ended up doing 5 or 6 fast passes at
Yeah.
every park.
So it's good. And then, the next day we sort of had a recovery day. We went out to Disney Springs, which is a shopping centre, and just had a wander around, which we were out of there pretty quick smart because it was so packed with people. But yeah, we were just exhausted. So we just took that day just to recuperate. And then the next day was Magic Kingdom. So that was the one I was looking forward to the most because that's the one with the Cinderella Castle. And I just couldn't wait to see that, and it did not disappoint. I nearly cried seeing it. It was just, I did cry. I did cry because it was just like, just seeing it was just so amazing. And all day we were walking past, and I just kept saying to Tim, "This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." And then at night time, it just lit up, and they had all these fairy lights over it. It really is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. The rides were really fun there. They were more old school rides, so they weren't the thrill seeker rides that we'd been going on in the other parks, but they were really fun though. We had lots of fun there.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty good. I think
That's
they had Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, the Big
Yeah.
Thunder Railroad.
Yeah, they were really good kids rides, and I enjoyed them. They were really good.
Yeah,
It was just being there and seeing the real Disney side of it, you know, that was really cool. And the fireworks, we actually got to the park at 9 in the morning and stayed till 10 at night to see the final fireworks, and it was so worth it. Like, just seeing that castle lit up with those fairy lights and seeing the amazing fireworks that they put on, day in, day out, mind you. Like, I don't know how they do it, but yeah, it did not disappoint. It was just spectacular. So yeah, so that was our time at Disney World, and it was one of the best 5 days of my life. Like, I enjoyed it so much. I can't yeah, if you ever get the chance in your life to go there, you have to, because it's just sensational. And then yeah, so after Disney World we went on to Panama City Beach and just spent a day there just chilling out by the beach. We had a little walk along there, and that was really beautiful. We took some snaps down there for the online studio, and that was really fun.
yeah.
And now we're on our way to Texas. So that brings you up to speed with what we've been doing so far. Haven't missed anything, have I?
No, I think that's pretty much it. So
Perfect, yeah. So we were staying in Walmart last night, probably staying in Walmart tonight. And
well, that's probably the other thing with Orlando. Some of the RV parks are pretty expensive. So
yeah,
we managed to do 2 nights Walmart, 1 night at a park, and then the other 2 to Walmart.
Walmart,
Just
yeah.
sort of pop around a bit. There's plenty there, and
it does save you a lot of money to
Yeah.
stay at the Walmarts.
because the tickets weren't cheap, but I think it was a worthwhile investment for
How much fun we had.
Disney World
Yeah.
in terms of what we got out of it. But it's
Yeah.
a good way to save a bit of money as well.
Exactly. Alright guys, well we will catch up with you next week. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, please subscribe, tell us what you think of the videos if you want to know anything else. It's been so awesome hearing from you guys and hearing your feedback. But yeah, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye!